Solstice on the South Saskatchewan is coming up shortly, and Brandon Brown and April Rogers are here and telling us a little bit more about it. Thank you both for making some time and coming on the show.
My pleasure.
For having us.
Yeah.
Brandon, let's start with you. Talk a little bit about Solstice on the South Saskatchewan and what it is.
The Solstice on the South Saskatchewan Music, Art and Culture Festival is a 4-day-long festival. Basically, the idea is we get together, we listen to music, we do workshops together, we camp together, we spend some time on a plateau above the South Saskatchewan River. And the whole point is just to get together in the spirit of togetherness and reconciliation.
Is there any music genres that you would focus on, or is it kind of wide open? Or?
Well, primarily it's electronic dance music. So I'm an old school raver, I guess, from the late 2000s, and I grew up and got married and had kids. And so I like a lot of dance music still. Also, we do a hip hop showcase. We have a few singer-songwriters as well as a big reggae band on Saturday.
And where is the location of this?
The location is on the Highway 312, just between Rostern and Waka, at a place called the Gabriel Demont Crossing, the One Arrow First Nations rodeo grounds, where the highway crosses the river.
Been there, I know what it looks like. I'm looking forward to going there. April, bring you in. Tell us a little bit about your experience that you've had attending that.
It's very like you said, togetherness is very intimate, and it's not like a huge festival. It's like smaller, so it's you get to meet everybody that's there, and you get to have like one-on-one conversations with people. Like if someone's doing a workshop, everyone gets to sit together and just hang out and conversations, and there's music there. Like this year I get to do a children's workshop with theater. So me and the kids are going to get together and create a little like 5-minute play about Solstice, like maybe do a play about the sun, and there's going to be music workshop. So and then we got a new children's play area. So it's really good for children. It's really good for families too. So I brought my kids there, and they love it. They're still talking about it, and I just it's just, I don't know, such a great experience.
It would be mostly in the daytime and mornings or afternoons and evenings for the people to attend?
Pretty much. We have the sort of family-friendly daytime, the light side of the festival, as I like to think of it. And then at night we have like dance music and DJs, and the music ends at like 9 in the morning or something like that.
Oh my goodness.
So then you get a few hours of sleep, and then you wake up and go to school.
Yep.
Take your workshops, take your dance class, your yoga, and then have some food and
Keep
dance
it
all
going.
night again. Yeah.
And the dates on the event are?
It starts with our volunteer appreciation party on June 20th.
Right.
And then the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, we have music and activities 20 hours a day until it finishes kind of early in the evening on Sunday. So people don't have to take the Monday off work. They can sleep for 18 hours and then go back to work.
So where did the idea originate from to have this type of a festival?
I was working with another group at a festival where we met. At Elysium, I think, is where we met. And I was managing a stage. I had a group of volunteers and a group of artists that were all interested in participating at very low cost because it was a new festival. And 2 months before the festival ended, the director of the festival canceled the event. There was some issues that I'm not too sure what happened, but just for
Life
logistical.
happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so that festival ended, and we just basically, a friend of mine who's from L'Orange said that some of the best things that he got from the city never really make it back to the reserve. Things like music, and I had wonderful experiences in festival culture, and I thought that there was a way we could bring music and festivaling and the sort of like volunteerism that comes along with that, and building something together and the sense of community that comes. And I immediately thought this was a great idea and started looking for space, and One Arrow First Nation 2 weeks later said they could do it, and 6 weeks after that we threw our first year, and it's been nonstop ever since.
Don't look back.
No.
When they say music is international, I think that's a fair statement. It's all inclusive. When you're bringing your children there, April, do you find that it's a certain type of music that they like, or it's exposing them to different types of music?
I think they like all kinds of music, and then when they go to bed at a certain time, like around 10. So during the day they had like different kind of music, and they even there was a point when all the children were, remember, they had hula hoops, and they were with they connect with my children. There was like what 5, 6 kids last year, and they connected with one of the band members. She was a really nice lady, and she got to bring the kids on stage, and they were just like with their hula hoops and dancing. And then last year we dressed them up in their regalia, and they did a little power dance for everybody. And then they played in a big school bus. So this year Brandon's gonna put the school bus in the children's area, so there'll be a school bus that they can play in, and like, you know, because that's where they all played on top of us. It was so amazing. They made so much friends, and like even the adults were connecting with them. Like there was a point where his wife, there was like candles, and the kids all lit them up. I don't know, like my daughter even volunteered and worked the gate, like helped with the not the gate but the main office concession stuff. Like yeah, so there's the river, so they went swimming. So if it's too hot or you feel dirty, you can just go like swim in the river and come back. It's like just a 10-minute walk. So you're busy all throughout the day, and then the minute you wake up, you like want to do something, and it's really safe. Like my children were watched by like his wife, one of my friends. You know, they were like all over, but we were all like together, like looking after everybody, and that's what I like about it. It's small, it's not overwhelming. So like I said, you get to meet everybody. Like there was points where I was going like to different tents and just talking, and it's like everyone's on the same level. So there was like nothing like no one was fighting or nothing. Everyone was just like getting along, and I don't know, it's like one of my favorite places to go. I get excited.
Kind of a connection with nature as well.
Yeah,
I guess
it's
you're
like
in that
so
environment.
beautiful there. And even when it rained, people were just dancing in the rain. Like we didn't let nothing stop us.
So, when you look at other festivals, do you see what you're doing now expanding and continually growing in the next 2 or 3 years, that opportunity for you?
Yeah, this is a big year for us, the 3rd year, and then we're kind of thinking our next milestone will be the 5th year. And our main goal is to just be able to continue to do it, keeping our budget kind of in check and allowing a slow growth and continuing to do community events with no charge throughout the year. We did a river cleanup, for example, this year. And just the festival is just 3 or 4 days out of the year, and the crew that makes the festival is meeting all year round. We're doing community engagement events. We're trying to figure out how to give back to the community. So, yeah, the community side of it, which is of which the festival is sort of the flower that, you know, the general public kind of gets a glimpse into, is constantly growing, and we have more volunteers than we've ever had. We have we still only have one stage, so we only have so many time slots, but the number of applicants we received increased a lot this year, and we're seeing different sorts of people come. It's not just like ravers or like old hippies or anything. It's like, you know, people from small farm towns and parents with their children and new parents, and, you know, like pregnant women are coming out, and it seems to be kind of a cross section of everyone. So
it's very close to Saskatoon. It's within an hour drive, so you're going to draw from that general area. But is it a kind of a day in, day out type of thing where you could just drive there in the morning and come home?
You could.
Admission type for
I
that?
mean, you could, yeah. And we're charging handsomely for that. We're charging $60 for a day pass. Mm-hmm. Our goal is to really encourage people to come. And, you know, if they come on Monday and they help us build and set up, and they leave on Sunday, that's how people are going to get the most out of the festival experience, by giving the most of themselves and participating as fully as they can and helping to build it. But of course, yeah, if people want to come out for the day and just check out what we're doing, we would love that, of course.
I think, are there campsites available at the...
That's what's good about it, because the campsite is in the back, like when you first come in, and then you got to walk down a trail until the stage is like kind of further. So if you want to go to sleep, it's not like you hear like everyone being loud and noisy. It's like a nice and quiet. So it's like a big open field.
So you're there, but not really there. It's got your privacy.
Yes, and then you could go walk to the stage, and it's like a nice little, it's a really good space, because it's just right on the river too.
So am I understanding then that we would have a cross section of acoustic versus live band versus all electronic DJ type?
Yeah, and then along with that, now in the last few years, we've seen a lot more artists that are combining the two. So you have a person who's musically gifted with a, say, guitar or a piano. One of our directors is a wonderful classically trained piano player, and he loves combining hip hop and piano. So he has this like beautiful funky jazz element that he brings towards hip hop. And so yeah, there's in the day primarily we have the acoustic element, and then we have a hip hop showcase, which is all family friendly. And then at night, it's, as I've said, primarily electronic dominated, and then also the kind of fusion sort of thing that we've got going on as well.
So in terms of attendance numbers, if I was to go there for the first time, am I expecting 100, 300, 1,000 people? You say it's fairly intimate, so
It is fairly
yeah.
intimate. We have about 100 staff, volunteers, and artists that come out. So minimum, that's, if no one bought a ticket, that's how many people would be there. We're expecting about 200 people this year.
Great.
We're expecting about 100 guests as well as our 100 staff members, which will peak on Saturday night with the people that come out just for Saturday for most of the out-of-towner stuff. And then there's the people who stay all weekend, and they usually come back next year.
So with the day being the longest daylight hours that particular time of year, I would think that there's a whole lot of atmosphere that you can see where you're going. Any amenities that people would have? There's a concession you mentioned.
Mm-hmm. We have one food vendor that will be providing hot meals, vegetarian options, baked goods, and things like that. The concession offers pop, chips,
Snack
water.
type food,
We do
yeah.
definitely bring your own water. It's going to be hot, but the hottest, driest summer we've seen.
So if people are coming, they should prepare for bringing their
Camping.
own sandwich. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Like prepare for like a nice weekend of camping where there happens to be a food truck and a
Understood.
concession and
Yeah.
water and bathroom facilities.
That
Outhouse
sounds great, but
facilities.
if someone wanted to go there, what would be their next step to do? Is there a website or a phone number that they could ask you?
All of the information about the festival is available at www.solsask.com, SOLSASK. And the ticket link is just that/tickets. And yeah, the artists are all on there, their biographies, some samples of their work that they've done, as well as our workshop list and some pictures from last year.
Sounds great. I look forward to maybe popping out there
Well,
for the
I'll
day. if
give
I
you a
can.
guest list pass. I would love to see you out there. That would make
I
me
might
super
not
happy.
come back. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what happened to
You might
all
not
that.
want to leave.
I know. Brandon and April, I want to thank you both for coming in, and I look forward to seeing you guys come on the show next year and give us an update as well.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you so much for having us.
Good. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.